Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Darren. Today we're going to be talking about digital voice recorders. How cheap should we go? How expensive should we go? That is the question. Coming up next. And I'm back. So like I said at the header of this video is we were talking about digital voice recorders. And how cheap should you go? How expensive should you go? If you are a newer paranormal investigator to the field, I would suggest that you start off going cheap. Now, I'm not saying $5, $10 cheap, possibly $15 cheap. I'm talking maybe get something between $30 to $50. And that's on the low end of recorders. Between that price range, you can get a lot of different kind of recorders, different brands, different setups. I have a couple here that I will show you that would be good for a new beginner to the paranormal investigations. The first one I do have is the Bootska, which I'm probably butchering the hell out of this name. And I had this on the Amazon. And I'll try, if I find a link for it, I will post it down below in the description. What's nice about this one, I believe I spent probably $50 on this one. And it's small, it's compact, and the nice thing about this is stereo microphones with the left and right microphones here. Some people may like to have stereo microphones, or some might like to have mono microphones. And it all depends on where you are in the location and how much this thing picks up, and if it causes any confusion or not. But this is one on the list here that I have. If you find it, I'll let you look at the details of that. And, go from there. So the next one I have on the list is kind of awkward. Thinking out of the box a little bit. And that's what you want to do sometimes is when you go on these investigations is you want to think outside the box. Bring something that maybe somebody else doesn't have. Or, just thinking about it. And what I'm talking about is being very, very discreet or do a covert investigation and go to a location just like for on a tour and not even think it may be haunted. It may not be haunted, but you don't know unless you try. And going to a big location and just being very discreet and not, letting the spirits know you're holding a digital voice recorder. And this one comes into play. This is one of the newest ones I picked up, and this is pretty cheap. It's about $33 on Amazon. I'm not sure what it is at the time of this post. I believe it's between $30 and $35. Let's just call it that. And this one is omnidirectional, which means you got that bubble, okay, and it goes out everywhere. So it's very easily to be heard, high-res audio. You can get up to almost 10,000 recordings on this. And it's rechargeable by using a Android charger. So this is a very nice recorder. I found that it's very sensitive. It picks up a lot of audio, a lot more than you'd think for a $30-some recorder. And you can be discreet about it. Don't have to flash it and say, hey, look, I got a recorder. It's kind of cool. It's a pen, It's just you want to be discreet. And you could just put it in your pocket protector, turn the knob, and away you go. So that's one way of just getting a listen to a location that you're just going in for a tour, and you don't know if it's haunted unless you try it. You might be surprised that you'll find a location that might be actually haunted. So on our next couple recorders I have coming up, they are going to be more on the expensive side. All right, so let's get into the little more expensive digital voice recorders. And I have two that are a little more expensive than what I was showing before. And that's because I've been on a few more investigations, learning more of the game of how to use them and stuff like that, and have a little more feature packed on these digital voice recorders. So the first one I'm going to bring up is This is the Philips DVT 4110. This one is got a tri-microphone, which you have your left and your right, and then you have your top microphone here. And what I like about that, it gives you a very wide range of microphone use, different settings that you can use, mono, stereo, omni. It really goes on. You have to delve into the specs of this recorder as you go along. And I'll let you look at that when you look at it on Amazon or wherever you pick this up. It's very easily to be picked up at Best Buy, Office Max, Amazon. It's got a wide range. What I like about this one is you can hook it up to a tripod. That way you're not fumbling around and holding it and doing an EVP session and stuff like that, and where you might catch an EVP, but then you can't hear it because you're fumbling around with the digital voice recorder. So that's kind of handy. And let's see, you can also do real-time EVP sessions. And what I mean by real-time EVP sessions is have your headphones on, because this does have a headphone jack where you can put your headphones on and walk around and just ask questions wherever you are in your investigation. Now, the acoustics might play heavy in a lot of these digital voice recorders and a lot more into these little more expensive ones because the microphones are a lot more sensitive. So you want to be careful about that. But it has a real nice graph to it, color display. You can use this with your phone, which, for instance, with this one, I could put it up somewhere like go to Melver Manor. You want to go up in the attic? Go up in the attic, set this down up in the attic. You have to be connected with the Wi-Fi. What's nice is you can connect this with the Wi-Fi system. So that way then it opens up to your phone to be able to use the app on your phone. So like I said, go up into the attic, put it in a spot where you want to put it, go downstairs, continue your investigation at other locations, but on your phone you can press record and it'll start recording right where you are upstairs. So that way now you're not causing interference in your EVP session. You're more like listening to the room acoustics and see if you can catch a voice, kind of like, what is that? Or just hearing disembodied voices in the room itself without being in there. So that's what I like the feature of this one. So once again, the DVT 4110 by Philips. This is called the voice tracker. So goodbye. I saved up my money for this. This is about a little over $100. But again, when you get something like this, you really don't have to spend a lot more money on more digital voice recorders, which obviously it just has a timer on it and just goes off. But when you're recording, it doesn't do that. So, but that's the reason why I like this one. Now, when you watch Ghost Hunters or Ghost Adventures or whichever show you like to watch, the new thing is, like I said before, in the other digital voice recorder, is real-time EVP sessions. And that's become a more and more thing as the shows go on, and they're having great success with it. So it's a good thing to use and a good tactic. Now this is a very nice recorder. There's a little bit of a quirk I have with it, but I'm not sure if this is with just this brand only. I might have to try a Zoom and see if a Zoom does the same thing. If these recorders might come across some cell towers, which might cause interference, but that's just pure speculation for now. Or if you're carrying your cell phone and you're too close with it, it might give off the same thing. But this one here, you see this a lot on a lot of these ghost hunting shows too. And this is a Tascam. This is the DR05X. I believe they have a DR07X and probably a DR40X, I want to say. They keep going up and up on these, and they get a lot more expensive as time goes on. Now, with this one, it has a dual microphone, left and right. If you want to use this for interviews, you can set up on the top here and hook up a microphone. So that's pretty handy, which I imagine shuts these two off. And then on the side here, you can set up your headphones with the jack here and do a real-time EVP. Now this has a real nice LCD display in the dark. You can see what you're doing in the dark. And that's a lot of times I like buying these because it has that. This too, you can also set up on a tripod so you're not fumbling with the digital voice recorder. And that way you can catch your EVP sessions pretty clean. Very easy to use. Playback is very nice. High-res audio. On all these, pretty much a high-res audio. But yeah, this is about the same par as the other one. A little over $100. Once again, save up my money to pick up these things. As you get further along in the paranormal field, do that. Try and find something that's real nice and maybe not buy ever again and just have a real one nice digital voice recorder on hand. So that's the cap of the more expensive digital voice recorders. They do get a lot more expensive. I mean, I've seen some that are $300, $400. They can get a lot more expensive than that. That's if you get the old style. I believe the Panasonic, in the old days, is a lot more expensive. We're talking $500 to $700. But really, when it comes to paranormal investigations, sometimes going real expensive is not always a good idea. So just keep that in mind when you go out and buy all your stuff for your paranormal investigations, that you really take a good hard look at the bigger picture. Do I really want to stick my money in a huge digital voice recorder and be really expensive and just show it all off and, hey, look at me, I got $1,000 digital voice recorder? But in the end, what happens is that he's using that $1,000 digital voice recorder, but he gets nothing. But then you catch something on this. Okay? Simple $50 digital voice recorder beats out a $1,000 digital voice recorder. So that's why it's important to have both sides of the field of the digital voice recorders. A cheap one and an expensive one. So, like I said before, you can have this running and you can have this guy running. He may catch something on here, but he may not catch something on here. You'll catch something on here, and you won't catch nothing on this one. Get the point? I think you do. I trust that you get the point. So that is my view on digital voice recorders, and to me, it doesn't matter what you get and what you spend. It's the audio quality. It's the ease of use. It's, you could go by a brand, sure, but is that going to get you more EVPs over the other one? Maybe not. I'll let you decide on which one you want to get. With that, I'll see you on the next one. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Thanks for watching this video. Hope to see you on the next one.